So, what's the one secret ingredient that powers almost every single piece of smart tech you use every day? It's not as crazy complicated as you might think. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on probability, which is really the hidden engine behind all of artificial intelligence. Think about it for a second. That movie recommendation that feels like it was picked just for you, or your phone's keyboard suggesting the exact word you were about to type, it feels like magic, right? But it's not. It's actually math. It's the power of probability making these super intelligent predictions about what you'll probably do or watch or say next. Okay, so where do we even begin with all this? Well, it all starts with the single most important idea in AI. See, to really get how machines learn, you have to get comfortable with the art of making a smart guess, which honestly is something we humans do constantly without even thinking about it. At its heart, probability is just that. It's the science of guessing when you don't have all the facts. We do this all the time. You check the weather forecast, see a 70% chance of rain, and you decide to bring an umbrella. That's probability. AI just takes that basic human instinct and gives it a supercomputer's brain, letting it make unbelievably accurate guesses based on tons and tons of data. And believe me, this isn't just some abstract theory. This powerful math is already stitched into the fabric of your daily life. Let's take a look at just a few places you can find it working quietly in the background, making your life easier. So, when you finish a series on Netflix, that next suggestion that pops up isn't a random shot in the dark. The system is looking at everything you've watched, comparing it to millions of other people with similar tastes, and then it calculates the probability that you'll like a certain movie. It's a smart guess, just on a massive, massive scale. Or how about Google Maps? Ever wonder how it predicts a traffic jam before it even gets really bad? It can't see the future. What it's doing is analyzing historical traffic patterns and real-time data from other phones on the road to calculate the probability of congestion. Then it just shows you the path where you're most likely to get to your destination the fastest. And your spam filter? Oh, that thing is a probability powerhouse. It's constantly doing these little calculations. It looks at the words in an email, and based on what it's learned from literally billions of spam messages, it assigns a probability score. If that score is high enough, boom, it goes straight to your junk folder. And the logic behind it can be really simple. Let's say the system learns that 80% of all spam emails have the word free in them. Well, then it can make a pretty good guess that a new email with that word is probably junk. Now, that one little rule, applied across millions of emails every second, becomes an incredibly powerful shield for your inbox. And this stuff goes so far beyond just convenience. Take medicine. AI models can analyze medical scans and patient records to predict the probability that someone has a certain disease. Now, this doesn't replace doctors, not at all. It empowers them. It's another tool in their toolkit that helps them make better, more informed, and sometimes life-saving decisions. So, it's pretty clear that probability is the foundation, right? It's what lets us handle all this uncertainty. But to build the really powerful AI systems we have today, you actually need a whole toolkit of mathematical ideas, and each one plays its own unique, critical role. Think of it like this. Each of these is a special tool for a special job. We've talked about probability. That's our tool for dealing with uncertainty. Then there's statistics. That's how we find the important patterns hidden in all the raw data. Linear algebra is the secret sauce for organizing huge data sets, kind of like putting every pixel in a photo onto a giant grid. And finally, calculus and optimization work together like an engine, helping the AI learn from its mistakes and constantly get better and better at finding the absolute best solution. Okay, so after seeing all this amazing tech, you might be asking yourself, all right, but what does this mean for me? The answer is, well, it means a lot. Understanding these core ideas isn't just for PhDs. It's the real starting line for anyone who wants to get into technology. Learning these concepts, it does so much more than just help you program a computer. It actually changes the way you think. It trains your brain to tackle problems with logic, to make better decisions in your own life based on real evidence. And yeah, it opens the door to some of the most exciting, in-demand careers out there in fields like AI and data science. So how can you get started on this path? It's actually way clearer than you might think. First, it just starts with being curious. Then, really, really focus on understanding probability. That's your cornerstone. Once you feel good about that, you can start exploring the rest of that toolkit we just talked about. And with that foundation, you'll be ready to start building the future yourself. So, the next time an AI gets something spookily accurate, you'll know exactly what's going on. You'll see the math working behind the scenes, turning all that uncertainty into real, useful insight. And you know what the best part is? This isn't some secret, locked away knowledge. It's something you can absolutely learn, one step at a time.
Probability is your gateway into this incredible world, so embrace it. Start thinking about the future that you can build with these tools. The only real question left to ask is, what problem will you solve?